बलोचिस्तान के।
उन्होंने अपने शहर का नाम बहुत रोशन किया, पाकिस्तान का नाम रोशन किया, और आज तक जो बाहर के फैंस हैं और बाहर के जर्नलिस्ट हैं वो भी उनकी बहुत इज्जत करते हैं, क्योंकि वो मैच विनर थे। जो मैच विनर है उसकी इज्जत है।
एक रन और हासिल करेंगे, अगले ओवर में वही सामना भी करेंगे हसीबुल्ला, जो 70 पे पहुंच गए हैं। 126 पर 2 बलोचिस्तान।
बलूचिस्तान के प्लेयर्स अब काफ़ी खुश नज़र आ रहे हैं, रिलैक्स नज़र आ रहे हैं। उनकी टीम अब एक अच्छी पोजीशन में है।
इस बार उठाकर खेल दिया ऑफ साइड की फील्ड के ऊपर से 4 रन के लिए। स्पिनर्स को आज आड़े हाथों लिया है। एक बार फिर ताहा ने गेंद को उनसे दूर करने की कोशिश की, लेकिन हसीबुल्ला इस वक्त खेल पर छाए हुए हैं।
जी हाँ, अच्छा कट शॉट, अपिश बैकवर्ड पॉइंट पर 4 रन हासिल किए, स्ट्रेच किया अपने आप को, और अब रिवर्स स्वीप खेलने की कोशिश की। खतरनाक इरादे हैं इनके, लेकिन नुकसान नहीं हुआ। बहरहाल इंटेंट बहुत अच्छा है। मुझे बड़ी खुशी इस बात की कि उन्होंने इंटेंट दिखाया और अच्छे स्ट्रोक्स खेले। ये वो शॉट जो वो खेलना चाहते थे।
बहुत दिलकश टाइमिंग, 2 फील्डर करीब करीब थे कवर्स में, लेकिन बिल्कुल उन्होंने भेद के रख दिया और दूसरे के बाद तीसरा रन भी हासिल किया। अच्छी दौड़।
हसीब की अच्छी बात है कि रूम बनाते हैं, इम्प्रोवाइज करते हैं, अपने आप को जगह देते हैं और फिर स्ट्रोक को टाइम करते हैं, और गैप भी बड़ा अच्छा इनको मिलता है। थोड़ा सा लेट खेलते हैं तो इसलिए इनको गैप बड़ा अच्छा मिलता है, और बड़ा खूबसूरत इनका एंगल ऑफ द बैट बड़ा अच्छा होता है। फुल फेस ऑफ द बैट से स्ट्रोक खेलते हैं।
रिवर्स स्वीप करने में कामयाब हुए। असद शफीक को रन्स मिल जाएंगे। गेंद तेज होती जा रही है, लेकिन अबरार अहमद ने इस बाउंड्री तक नहीं जाने दिया। पिछली दोनों गेंदों में 3-3 रन आए। खासा परेशान किया हुआ है असद और हसीब दोनों ने, क्योंकि बॉलिंग आसान नहीं रहती स्पिनर के लिए जब दो ऐसे बल्लेबाज क्रीज पर मौजूद हूँ। एक तो राइट लेफ्ट हैंड का कॉम्बिनेशन हो और दूसरा दोनों स्पिनर्स को खेलने पे भी महारत रखते हूँ, जो कि असद और हसीब में है।
जी हाँ, आड़े हाथों ले रहे हैं दोनों स्पिनर्स को, दोनों बैट्समैन, और इस दफा कदमों का इस्तेमाल किया। असद शफीक ने बॉल बाउंड्री क्रॉस कर गई, अच्छी ऑन ड्राइव लगाई और 4 रन हासिल किए। बेहतरीन शॉट।
फुटवर्क बड़ा मिसाली था, बाहर आए गेंद पर और इसे फ्लिक कर दिया। पूरी तरह इख्तियार में थे असद शफीक, जिन्होंने आज इस इनिंग्स में अपना रंग जमाया है। स्पिनर को हमेशा ही खेलने का हुनर है असद शफीक के पास। महंगी ओवर का इख्तिताम हुआ, जिसमें मजमूई तौर पर 13 रन बने, 139 पर 2।
Imran Butt scored 11 runs. Abdul Bangalzai scored 12. Asad Shafiq is still there on 31 alongside this youngster, the most impressive batter of this lineup. Hasibullah is not out on 77 of just 78 deliveries, and he is starting to cut loose from here. And there's a lot of pretty batting to come. Kashabhatti can bat, so can Bismillah Khan, Ayaz Tasawwur, Ahmad Butt. I'm sure they will come up the order.
Fifth bowler has been the Achilles heel for the Sindh team. 6 overs so far from between Saim Ayub, Hassan Mohsin and Muhammad Taha. 45 runs coming off it. Look at those economy rates to the right of your screen for the bottom three. 7.5, 6.5, 8.5. Really capitalizing on that. The Balochistan batters, and Asad Shafiq has really put on a show here. Small little innings just yet, but pure class and quality still for everyone to see. And young Hasib has really propelled in the second half of his innings.
That's the trouble of not having your proper regular fifth bowler. Sindh going in with 4 proper bowlers, genuine bowlers, and 3 all-round cricketers in a big match in a semi-final of Pakistan Cup. I'm not sure that that's a good idea. Central Punjab did the same mistake. So have Sindh, I believe. At the moment, 28 overs, 139 for 2 as we see Hassan Mohsin coming in to bowl his 3rd over. He's given away 11 runs so far. But what a wonderful inning it has been from Hasibullah. 77 runs. More than the inning, it's the purpose of Hasibullah being there from Quetta, the youngster. Few people have come in today. In fact, just 4 of them. There are a few more there in the other stand. Balochistan side, Mohammad Saad. Very impressive. The way he maneuvers the field, Hasibullah Khan, I think it's been very impressive inning.
You could see he's improved that throughout his innings, rather during his innings, because initially he's still good with boundary hitting, but couldn't rotate strike. There's more evidence of a few die-hard fans. But in this partnership with Asad Shafiq, 99 of just 88, not only they've struck boundaries at regular intervals, they've been able to rotate the strike. That's the experience that Tariq was talking about earlier. Asad Shafiq has really propelled him. Just the regulation field, 5 inside the ring on either side of the wicket.
Down the track and in the gap. This will run away. It does. So now Asad Shafiq cutting loose. It's always handy to get a boundary on the first ball of the over, as Asad Shafiq just did. And the partnership now over 100, 107 at the moment.
Asad Shafiq doesn't look very natural when he's looking to bludgeon the ball. He wasn't in complete control of that, but got enough bat on it to find the gap, and this outfield is very, very fast. He'll take the boundary. Like Ali said, first delivery of the over, and it's once again the part time of Hassan Mohsin. Balochistan could really make it into a real big over now.
That is excellent cricket by Asad Shafiq. So handy to have somebody like him in the middle of your batting card, if you got so many youngsters in the side. Abdul Bangalzai, Imran Butt also new to this level, and playing around Asad Shafiq is definitely helping them. And we can clearly see the change in approach of Hasibullah since the time Asad Shafiq has come to play with him. Earlier when he was playing with Abdul Bangalzai, he was stuck. But since the time Asad Shafiq has come, he's looked a different batter. Again, giving himself room. Asad Shafiq is looking to get 2. He should get 2. Very good running.
Comfortably in the end. That's excellent batting. This is his inclination. He showed his liking to open up that offside for him. That occasion, Hassan Mohsin followed him, but there's huge gaps on the onside. There's all 3 sweepers there: mid-wicket, square leg, and long on. So they pinched a couple very, very easily. 7 of the over of the first 3 balls.
Again, gave himself room towards leg side. Another boundary for Hasibullah. Wonderful batting continues. This time on the leg side. It's some ordinary bowling by Hassan Khan, but you cannot blame him. It's just a part-timer.
With this pace, like I said earlier, there is absolutely no margin of error, and especially with Hasibullah putting pressure on him. This time Hassan Mohsin followed him, but he picked it early, and he had the spot in his mind as well. Hasibullah picked the gap perfectly. Look at that, advancing the ball, but very steady head that allowed him to watch the ball onto the bat. Excellent batting.
Down the track, over the head. That's excellent batting. Wonderful timing. And the placement was perfect. Straight over the head of the fielder for another boundary to end the over.
16 of the over, and Hasibullah is showing a full repertoire of his strokes. One through the offside, one through the onside, and this one straight down the ground. The safest place to hit. A solid connection, and Hassan Mohsin didn't know what hit him. Big over. Excellent stuff from Balochistan. 30 gone. Out of 29 gone, 155 for 2.
Hasibullah Khan on 88, and we've been talking about these three players coming from Balochistan. Hasibullah Khan, Bangalzai and Bismillah Khan, and imagine the value they would be adding to the people of Balochistan, and the hope they will be giving to the remaining youngsters. If they can make it to this level, others can too. So that's the purpose of these three young players coming from Balochistan, and it won't be long, Shah Faisal, that we'll see 11 players, the full side coming from Balochistan. That's the purpose I was talking about.
You're absolutely right. It's only a matter of time. It's really blustery wind here. One of the umbrellas has really blown. In fact, two. One right underneath our commentary box, just behind Sohail Khan, and one on the far end. The wind has really picked up.
Nicely done. Tap towards point area. One more run. This is where this youngster has been so good. And that's the breeze you were talking about, Shah Faisal. It's picking up. I don't know which side this will favor.
At least it gives us the indication where the wind is blowing from. That is, as we look at it from our vantage point, it's from our right to left. So when Asad Shafiq is hitting, he's hitting with the wind. If he's hitting through the offside. Sweeper on deep cover. The mid-off is up in the ring. Sindh realizing the need to break this partnership, bringing back their premier fast bowler.
Up and over. Thick outside edge. Shashil Khan doing the work there. This partnership is reminding me of the partnership that Central Punjab had. A youngster, Qasim Akram. With Hussain Talat in the first semi-final. They're doing the same sort of work for their team. 117 the partnership at the moment. How well this youngster has played. Hasibullah. And a wonderful view, aerial view of the stadium, of the ground.
Talking about Hasib's previous 100 was in a run chase situation, but today they're setting a target. Watch this bouncer, but setting a target these days, it's pretty difficult to know what is a good score. There's one for the over signal by Kasser Wahid. It's really impressive the way he's picked up the pace in the second half of his innings. His strike rate is way above 100 already. It'll be interesting to see how much he get up to when he faces about 100 deliveries, if he gets that far. Because it's generally said, as we watch this replay again, pretty marginal call. These days it's considered a good strike rate for an opener if he scores about 130 runs of 100 balls if he stays that long.
Very interestingly, Shah Faisal, teams batting first, there has been no 100 from that side in this tournament at this stadium in Multan. No batter has scored 100 batting first here. It's been tough batting first in this game, but Hasibullah is doing it with some ease. Yasir Shah enjoying a cup of tea alongside Azim Gumman and the coach Raj Hans rather.
Much more relaxed, the Balochistan dugout. There was some nerves earlier on. This partnership has been fantastic.
That's nicely pulled. That's very nice. Another boundary for Hasibullah. He's cut loose now. He's dealing in boundaries. He's giving no respect to the veteran Sohail Khan. As we come to another end of another over, 31, 162 for 2.
He's a tall lad. He really got on top of that roll of the wrist all along the ground in front of square. He's really put on a show here. His strike rotation was an issue earlier on, but his stroke play has been magnificent. Throughout his entire innings, he hasn't faced any trouble finding the boundary. And he's done it with ease. Really exciting prospect.
Problems for Mir Hamza, the captain of Sindh. He's having a long discussion with the umpire Kaisar Wahid. .270, the score predictor at the moment. But the way these two are going, I'm sure this will get more than that. They will be eyeing to the 300 mark to get to a little safer side, because in the first semi-final we saw 286 was not enough by Central Punjab.
With wickets in hand, definitely 270 will be the minimum that they will be eyeing. They will be very disappointed not to get to 300 from here. As we watch beautiful side of Multan Cricket Stadium and the city of Multan. Wonderful drone shots.
Mohammad Umar is back. Mir Hamza has been very proactive with the changes in bowling. He's not let, probably it has gone against him, he's not let bowlers settle. And that is the drawback of having a part-timer bowler in your side. As you see this fielder now long on going back on the boundary line, probably realizing that Asad Shafiq will be looking to get runs. We are coming to the last 20 overs of this inning. Nicely cut away. There is protection. Young Taha there, or is it Hassan Mohsin there?
Pretty regulation field at this stage of the innings. They've really struggled to contain Hasibullah because he's found the boundary on either side. For the left-hander now, fine leg is up in the ring. Mid-on is up. Two sweepers there, square leg and mid-wicket. There's a huge gap if he can just mid-off is up in the ring. Anything in that direction in the gap will scream to the boundary.
Down the track, gave himself room, but could not quite get the timing right. He probably wanted to go over that mid-off fielder, young Hasibullah. That shows you that he's got a good head on his shoulder. He's valuing his wicket. He wants to make an impression here, wants to get a big one. And what an occasion to do it in a semi-final.
He opened up that offside. You have to give credit to his character. In the 90s, he's charging down the wicket. He's not worried about his personal milestone.
Nicely driven. This is in the gap. Should look to get two. Easily done in the end.
Asad Shafiq has really looked good hitting on the up. He looks very elegant when he hits through that offside. Aerial, but in the gap. Hassan Mohsin covered the ground very quickly. He's an excellent outfielder.
Sindh is definitely on the back foot at the moment, courtesy to this partnership, which is 125 of just 103 deliveries. That's the Shafiq now just having a good look at the field. Mir Hamza continuously making a change, and now the fielder at third is coming inside the circle, because you have to have 5 fielders inside the circle till the 40th over. Third is in the circle. Oh, that's a misfield. That's a bad miss by Mir Hamza. Will provide an easy opportunity to Asad Shafiq to get back to 2.
It was aerial. Not sure if it carried, but definitely should have stopped. Mir Hamza is fielding on that square, which is sometimes pretty hard place. Let's see if it... No, it bounced right in front of him. And that square is pretty rough where he's fielding. You can have a close look. Asad Shafiq won't be complaining. The scoreboard is ticking along very nicely for Balochistan.
This is what we talk about when you associate it with Asad Shafiq, that ability to get singles, to maneuver the field, to know where the singles are. And he has ended this over with a single. 31 gone, 169 for 2 Balochistan. Sindh would definitely be missing the services of Shahnawaz Dhani and Danesh also. 15 wickets each to their name. And we can clearly see that Sindh is struggling with that 5th bowler. Usually in a one-day game, the captains go for 6 bowlers just to give cushion to your 5 bowlers. But here, they've got 4 bowlers and 3 part-timers rather. Troubles. Nicely picked up by Asad Shafiq for 1 more run.
Went for the Yorker, Sohail Khan. It'll be a good time to keep an eye on that ball because, like I was saying in the previous over, the square is pretty roughed up. And Sohail Khan, once again, is a wonderful exponent of the reverse swing. Sindh could really do with some help. And like we saw the wind in the last over, it will be bringing the ball into the left-hander Hasibullah, with him hitting on the onside with the wind hit for him. Beautiful drone shot once again.
Oh, that hit him. He's not happy. He's struggling at the moment, Hasibullah. And that part, that between thigh pad and the flap of the pad. How many times we've seen batters hit there?
Tuck him up, no room whatsoever. As long as it didn't hit the knee, I think the flashy part, it's okay. It does pinch for a while, but if it hits the knee, it's more painful. But Hasib is a strong boy. Already, he's ready to take strike.
That's nice. That's very good to see this youngster, the ability to get singles after hitting a boundary. It's so good. Hasibullah has moved to 95 now of just 89 deliveries.
So when I say he's improved through his innings, initially he was throwing his hands at deliveries like this, but now he's got his wits about him. He's looking to place the ball. If you can't get a boundary, at least get a single.
Mid on, mid off, up in the circle for Asad Shafiq. There is an opportunity for him to go over the head. And that's what he was trying to do, yes, clearly. But Sohail Khan is such an experienced campaigner. He's probably the most experienced at the moment in our domestic circuit, and one of the best too. 16 wickets to his name in this Pakistan Cup. No matter what you say, this lad knows how to get wickets.
A very good over, just 2 runs off it so far. 1 for 26 of his 6.4 today. He's really been good so far. His team needs more from him, probably a wicket.
That's pulled away. There is protection. Mohammad Omar there doing the work. 1 more run to Asad Shafiq and Balochistan. It's a very good over by Sohail Khan. Something that Mir Hamza would be hoping that he would do. He's into his 7th over, given away just 27 runs with a wicket. On the other hand, it's the youngster from Quetta, Hasibullah Khan, on 95. Remember, this is his debut season. He's got 200s in this tournament. This will be his 3rd, and the most important one.
So it'll be good to have a look at the bowling card of Sindh with almost 18 overs remaining. What's the bowling options that Mir Hamza has got? with only 4 regular bowlers probably at the end of this over.
A single to end the over. 32 overs gone, 173 for 2 as players take drinks. Imran Butt, Abdul Bangalzai, the 2 men out, courtesy of Sohail Khan and Muhammad Umar. 11 and 12 they scored, and since then it's been these 2 men, Hasibullah and Asad Shafiq. 96 to Hasibullah and 46 for Asad Shafiq. It's been a wonderful partnership. Let's have a look at their partnership. What did they do? Hasibullah Khan started off with wonderful boundaries, excellent footwork, and he was very brave to go over the head of the fielders. There's some quality bowling of Sindh, but he was not shy of hitting over the head of the fielders. An excellent partnership, 132 at the moment, and it was well supported by the wonderful player Asad Shafiq. Have a look at the footwork and placement. He's been immaculate with that. I think that the footwork has been the most key part of their partnership. Every now and then they've come down the track. No wonder they've scored 132, their partnership on just 111 deliveries.
And that's the bowling card. 4 regular bowlers and 3 part-timers. Sindh has really bleeded runs with that bowler number 5, 6 and 7. At the strike rates between 7.5 and 9.87. They're really looking to get through these overs. Still 3 more to come from that 5th bowler. Sohail Khan has been a pick of the bowlers, 1 for 28. Abrar will be the key in the remaining overs as well. Sindh has really been proactive in the field, diving around, throwing themselves around. Hassan Mohsin had been at the forefront of that. Even the senior men, Sharjeel, Khurram Manzoor rather, setting the example. They'll have to show it to those youngsters. That was a wonderful one from Sharjeel. Once again, Taha, Hassan Mohsin, Saim Ayub. That's Abrar there. Excellent work from Sindh. And Umar bin Yusuf to finish off the things. So pretty agile, Sindh. And like I said, senior players have really put in an effort. That's really inspired the youngsters as well. Definitely. And Sarfraz is behind the stumps. He'll keep everybody on their toes.
Sivula just 4 runs away from his 100, and what a time it will be to get that 100 in a big semi-final against a big side, against a quality lineup of Sindh. There are 2 fielders deep on the leg side. There's deep square leg and deep mid-wicket, and long on in place for Hasibullah, but now is just changing it. The fielder at deep mid-wicket is coming inside the circle, as you can see on your left. Taha coming in the circle. Hasibullah is on 96. He's in no hurry. He knows the importance of this inning. He has to stay there for the team.
Probably influenced by Asad Shafiq, because earlier in his 90s he was prepared to charge the bowlers and find the boundary. Probably Asad Shafiq would have told him that getting to 3 figures is very important now that you've worked so hard. And the kind of ability he has, he can easily catch up with a few balls that he may lose during this process in the next over or so. Mid-off is up in the ring. Asad Shafiq will be looking to find a boundary through the offside.
And he does wonderfully well. This is Asad Shafiq's highest quality as he brings up his 50 of just 54 deliveries. What a wonderful shot to get to that milestone.
Asad Shafiq at his very best, getting to his 50 in a grand style. Superb stroke. Asad Shafiq is a treat to watch when he plays through that offside. There was the gap there. The mid-off was up. He had to beat that fielder at extra cover. Did it with precision. The absolute grace.
I wanted to go hard again, Asad Shafiq. 37th 50 in List A for Asad Shafiq. What a wonderful inclusion he has been in Balochistan side. In Quaid-e-Azam Trophy he was leading Sindh side, but the time he has come in Balochistan side, Balochistan has looked a different team. They ended up in last in Quaid-e-Azam Trophy, but here they're certainly looking favourite to even qualify for the final of List A. Courtesy to Asad Shafiq. He scored so many runs, and talking about runs, that's how he celebrated his 50. Means business. Means business, definitely. And talking about runs, Hasibullah has become the highest run getter of this tournament. What a wonderful achievement. In Quaid-e-Azam Trophy we saw Horera, the youngster, topping the list in his debut season, and now Hasibullah Khan in his debut season topping the list. Wonderful scenes for Pakistan cricket. This is what we want to see, Shah Faisal.
It's always a great sight to see a youngster coming through and progressing from the age group level into the senior level. And Hasibullah has really done that successfully.